Wednesday chat. We are a small little collective put together by Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. So we kind of do a little channel hop every Wednesday if you're not familiar with us. So I start us off here at Frapps Scraps, and then we go on over to Make All the Things with Me and visit Leah for whatever it is that she's crafting. And we end up at Christy's from Christy's Crafty Cottage. And we just have a great time and love that you're here. All right, so let's see what I've got in store today. I've got these fun little treat bags that you can pick up at any party store. Sometimes Daiso has them, Amazon has them, I'm sure. You can get them little bits of anywhere. And I thought it'd be fun to make these up. I like to hand out a few little treats at Halloween. Hello, Karen. So I like to have something made. Last year I did little cards with a little piece of candy inside. So this year I thought it might be fun to put a little piece of candy in these treat bags and decorate them up for Halloween. I don't give out too many. I think like 4 is all, maybe 6. We don't get any trick-or-treaters where I live. We live on a very dead-end road. So I just give them out to a few special people. And I thought it might be fun to just decorate them up a little bit. Of course, you could just go the easy route, put your candy in there, put a little sticker on it and call it good, and maybe put a bow, I don't know. But since I'm a paper crafter, I thought it might be fun to decorate them just a little bit more. These little bags are great for putting in your journals as well. You can easily decorate them and put them in a journal, just glue them in, put in a fun little pocket. Hi, Diana. How's everybody's Wednesday going? We literally just left the dentist. Poor Mr. Frapps has a broken tooth, but they are going to put a filling in it and the other tooth that's touching it, and all will be well, we are told. So we just get to pay a small fortune, and he gets to keep the tooth, so that's good. Now, I was thinking on these little bags here, you could easily put in, you could glue on a little envelope like this and maybe put a gift card if you have somebody that you would also like to give a candy and a gift card, or maybe even just a little note card. I don't know yet. So I'm going to grab just any old Halloween paper. This one came from Park Lane, which of course we all know was Joann's lovely brand. And I've seen some places where their products are being liquidated, or just, you know, they're in those kinds of stores. We don't have Aldi here, but or anything like that. But you can use whatever paper or stamps you might have that is wonderful. Look at those spider webs. Those are like foil. Love it. Some cute little pumpkins. If you didn't have stamps, those could easily be some fun little cutouts. This is kind of some cute paper. I haven't really looked at it for a while. I think I bought it after the season before. Kind of fun to revisit your stash and see what you have. Oh, look at these. These could easily be some little cutouts too. I don't know really what I'm looking for. I'm just kind of browsing. I think I want to make like a little tag to go on the inside. Ooh, that could be fun. A little spider. Eek, spiders. Okay, we could do these. I have a cute little stencil. We could stencil some bats on over it. That might be fun. Hey, there's Leah with Make All the Things with Me. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. Like I said, we are kind of a little channel hop on Wednesdays if you haven't hung out here with us before. So Leah with Make All the Things with Me, who just appeared, is our next up channel. And then after her is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. And we always surprise ourselves with our makes. We never really know for sure what we're going to make. So, you know, you just have to check us out to see what we're up to. Sometimes we have projects we're finishing. Sometimes we are making it up as we go along. And I think that's what's the fun about crafting, is that, you know, you never have to really worry about getting bored, because there's always something you can make. And it's just so much fun. Okay, I think I like these, this little pumpkin stack. Now you can make these all the same, or you can just make them a little bit, you know, the same but different. My favorite phrase. Okay, I think I want that little bit of bat paper because I have some really fun stencils that I want to use. Okay. I know everybody's doing Halloween. I wasn't really feeling it. I did it in June, but then I thought, well, I kind of need to make these things, and I don't know. I don't want to run out of time, and I don't want to rush to put something together, so we'll just go for it. Okay, let's see. How wide is our little bag opening here? I'm not usually a measurer, but you know, when you're making something to fit inside something else, you got to know where to start from. So let's see. We'll go from, well, let's go for over here. Well, it's a little over 3 inches, so like 3 1/4-ish. So if I cut my paper at 3, that'll still work in my punch and it'll be good. Okay. Go 2, 3. And we'll cut this, and let's see, am I gonna get another one? I think we will. Oh, that wants me to cut just the tiniest sliver, and this trimmer does not like doing slivers. We'll see if we can make it work. Oh, nope. One way you can get past that is to put your blade kind of in the middle of the thing, press it down into the paper, and then go up, but then you have to come back down. Hello, hello. Is that Sherry's in the house? Hello, friend. Hi, Jerry. Hello, hello. Okay, come on, Sliver. Come out of there. Okay, so these are going to be quite long. Maybe we can get 2 out of this if I fold them in half. Is that going to be the length I want it to be? We can put a tab on there, so that could be fun. Okay, so we'll fold these in half and cut them apart. And if I did that with this side too, we'll have 4. Okay. I hope Leah has decided what she's making. I wasn't totally sure. I was going, oh, we just got home from the dentist. What do I want to make? And then what do? Something that holds candy, of course. Why not? I'm sure the dentist would approve, right? But it doesn't have to be a candy holder. You could put anything in here that you want. So you could put just, you know, if you've got a girl or something, you could put a little necklace and earrings or something for the season. You could put charms or charm bracelets. I love those. The little boys that I give these to, they sometimes like little Hot Wheels, so you could easily slip a little Hot Wheel car in there. That would be great. You know, if it's an older somebody that you're giving these to, these could be wonderful little gift card holders, so they could go get their own something or another. And sometimes it's just nice to have these, you know, made up so that you have a little something, something. Okay. So let's do some punching first. Oops, that was a stencil I used the other day. Why are you not staying where you're supposed to go? Okay, let's do some punching. Now, I thought that was to 2. Oh, no. 2 1/2 is, so we got to trim again. 2 1/2 is as big as it will go. I thought it looked a little wide. All right, fine. We'll cut it again. It'll still fit in there, and it'll still be great. So let's cut 2 at a time. What did I say? 2 1/2. All right, let's do it. 2 1/2. Just a little piece. Now this could be fun. You could use this little stripe for a cluster or something. If you're not someone who saves your scraps, that's okay too. Now my friend Sharon, she puts a little pouch on the inside of her paper packs and puts all her usable scraps in there. And I think that is just so great because, you know, maybe I don't need it right now, but then I don't have it floating around either. So if we don't use these, we could easily put an envelope inside of that little paper pack. Even the smaller paper packs, like here, we could just glue a little envelope right here in the top of the lid or in the back, whichever. Okay, let's see if we can punch these now. And I have 3 different ones of these tag punches, and I love them all, but I think this one's just kind of a fun basic punch. And here we go. Oh, hopefully I got the bats going the right way. I forgot this was directional. Oh, if not, it'll be a little extra spooky. Okay, so right away, now we have 4 tags. These can be fun just as little gift tags, but they will also be even more fun if we just fit them right down in here with our little candy. And there's still plenty of room. I could fold this over and put a little sticker here if I wanted to, but we're going to decorate these up just a little bit more. So let's find something plain in our paper pack and see about punching some little tabs, because we could also put a tab on here so that it's a little easier to grab out of the bag. And you know, some of these things are things that you might not do or think of when you are in a rush trying to get it done. I should cut out these pumpkins because I know I'm going to want to use those. Do we want to go? I kind of want to go orange, I think. Something orange. Ooh, we could just make little little pumpkins, although that's directional. And if we're folding over our tab, it would make it upside down on the back. I don't know if I care. This might be fun tabs. Non-directional orange and black. There we go. Let's try it. And now these, you can put your tab going this way or go the other way. I think I'm going to go this way. I sometimes like to turn it on the back so I can see where I'm at, and that way I get the most use of the paper. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay. Just gives it a little something extra, little pops of color. And then if I have leftovers of these, I can save them for more when the season is here and I'm doing more of these makes. Okay, let's cut this off and I'll punch a few more. I always like to try to just keep going and get as many as I can out of my piece of paper. Hey, we've got 8 friends in the house. Thanks guys for being here. I love it that you're here. I kind of like punching these this way because then you get to see what you get when you turn it back over. It's like a little surprise. And I think we'll just call this row good after that. Otherwise, it's no fun to sit here and watch me punch. It's a little better than watching paint dry, but you know, will her paper get caught in the punch or not? And this really, once I cut this off, is still a good size scrap that can be used for something else. So again, that can go right back into the little pack there. I'll get rid of this out of the way. And so what I think so far is cool is that I've been able to use tools that you don't have to buy that are for Halloween. So sometimes when I buy die cuts and things, I do let myself buy the cute ones I think I'm going to use year after year. But, you know, something that says like to from or Happy Halloween, those are pretty basic and you can use those every time. But I try not to get too much holiday stuff unless it's a holiday I really make a lot of makes for. I like to have stuff that even if it is holiday, I can use it time and time again on all kinds of things. So, okay. Got our bags here. I've got just a little scripty font that I think I want to put on the bag. Maybe I'll just make 4 because that's how many tags I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I get up? 5? Of course I did. All right, well, we're just going to work on 4 of them. Where'd the bag go? Huh. All right, well, I already lost the bag. Oh, boy. And this is how it goes. All right, well, it's here somewhere. Okay. This stamp set I have is by Inka Dinka Doo. This actually was not one I purchased from the store itself. I got this somebody else's collection, but I do like these little stamps. Look how cute they are. Now, these are not Stampers Anonymous stamps, which I do have those, but I thought these ones were cute, and it'd be nice to do something a little bit different. Because, yes, I do sometimes craft without anything Tim Holtz. And so far, that's what I've got. But my inks are going to be Tim Holtz, of course. So, okay, this was supposed to go in here. Oh, like this. Okay. So, we will. Oh, I love this one. I love this little trick-or-treaters. And I like that it says trick or treat right here. So that I think is what we will use to decorate the front with. See, I like these really basic ones that I can use time and time again, like this Happy Halloween and trick or treat. Like if I need a Halloween stamp, those are going to be the two that I'm always looking for, no matter what design I'm working with. Whether I want to put, I got black cat paper, or maybe I have pumpkin paper or whatever. Those sentiments will go with it no matter what. Okay, let's put this on here. Does this come off? And like I said, this is just a scripty font stamp. I love using a scripty font. And I'm going to use some Picket Fence Distress ink. And we're just going to give it a go. Now, of course, you could go either direction with this. Like, since my bag is more elongated, I could turn my stamp like this and stamp it, but we're just going to stamp it across and get what we get and not worry about it. I have this on here wrong, and that's going to drive me nuts. Let's move it. On this block, it has little grippies because this was a close to my heart block. And I absolutely loved their blocks because they had these little grips, little finger grabs right here. Oops. Well, all right. We're just going to embrace it. And we'll press it on there. Yep. And we'll put it over here again. Now listen, stamp. Okay. So it wasn't supposed to be perfect. It is just merely to, hello and happy Wednesday, Cheryl. It's merely just to add some interest and take up some space. We could put a little bit of embossing powder on this if we really wanted it to stand out, but I am just happy with it being right there in the back. Okay, I got this on the block. We can actually do what we're doing now. Let's go. Let's go. And of course, you can use any brand of ink that you like. Most rubber stamp companies will have some sort of scripty font you can play with. Of course, they do have them online, so anywhere that you're shopping, you can find something similar. Come out of there. There we go. That was what I was hoping for on the first one. Nice crisp image of nothing that you're supposed to read. So crisp image, but it's a little in the background. And that's okay. That's exactly what I'm going for. Now, I am not following any, anybody else's layout or whatever. I'm just kind of using the supplies I have and letting the craft just lead the way. Sometimes that is really fun, and you never know what you're going to come up with. Okay, yes, see, I love that. Shows up really nicely on these black bags. Now, these aren't very thick bags, so they just feel like they're paper. I don't think they're glassine, but it feels like really thin paper, which is great if you're going to put them in a journal because then it doesn't add a lot of bulk. Fun if you're just going to give them to someone. They just like one-time use kind of thing. Of course, they could keep the little bag after they take the item out if they wanted to put it in their own journal or keepsake. That could be fun. Who else makes for Halloween? Do you guys make any little trick-or-treat sacks? Or my kids are all grown now, so I don't have to make things for the whole class anymore. which is cool, but like I do sometimes miss making things for their classes. And sometimes the schools, as my kids got older and the world just started to change, you weren't allowed to have handmade things, like treats and things, hand baked, I guess I should say, treats or goodies. And some of the schools asked for like, nothing with peanuts or the usual allergens that people have. So yeah, it just kind of got weird. So sometimes we would just make little note cards, and my girls could pass them out to their friends. Just a little tiny note card that said Happy Halloween or something. Didn't necessarily have to have a goodie or a treat related with it. You could just make the little card, and that's fun. What's everybody drinking today? I've got a Monster. This isn't one of the ones with all the vitamins. This is just a 0 sugar Ultra Blue Hawaiian. Okay. I'm gonna let those dry a second as I stack them on top of each other. Let's see what these will look like. And I am not sure where my crocodile has gone off to. I have lost all kinds of things down here in the abyss that is my craft room. Ugh. It is sort of scary in here. That is the scary truth behind, oh, there it is. Behind the scenes here. Oh, darn it. That broke again. That means the poker is down there somewhere. Oh boy. Well, that's for another day. Okay, so let's get out some eyelets. And there is silver metallic on there, so maybe I'll just use some silver ones. I think I said I had 4. Is that 1 or 2? Ugh, I think that's 2. I hate it when they get stuck together like that. Okay. Now we can, the easiest way I like to do these, since this already has a hole here, we can put our little tab and just glue it down on one side. We can either completely cover the hole and just create a new one, or we can leave it there and use the one that's there. So the easiest way, I think, is just to leave it there. But it's no big deal if you cover it either. That's fine. So we're going to put some glue. And we're just gluing paper to paper, so whatever glue that you like to use for that. And I want to turn it to the front. I'm just going to glue one side at a time. And I want it to be, I want it to cover the hole down here, but I want to be up as much as we can so that we have a little extra height as it sticks out of our bag here. That was the whole point for the tabs, was just to give it that little bit extra room there. I'll straighten it out as best I can. I've got the eyes for the wonky lately. That's just the way it goes. Okay. And then we can punch the hole before we glue the tab down. And then we'll have to punch the hole again. So it just kind of creates extra work if you are trying to keep this hole here. But you can definitely do it. So like this. Then we'll close it like this. And punch that hole again. And then we'll put our eyelet in. Hi, Poppy. Welcome in. Thanks for being here today. It's great to see our friends here. I know it's summertime. Viewership is down because there are so many different things that pull us in so many different directions. So love that you guys are here and joining us for the Artistry Collective Wednesday Craft Night. Okay, there we go. So just like this. Now you can see my holes line up, but I didn't glue it yet. So we'll just glue it down. we go. And then we'll put this eyelet in. Perfect. Look how fun that already looks, and we haven't really done much. Just punch and cut and punch and cut. And use the tools that we have. Okay. That is cute. I love it. So now when we put this down in here, our tab will just have a little extra. It'll just give it that little extra length that it can stick right there if you want to leave it open. If you don't want to leave it open, well, we can always push it down in there, and then that tab just makes it just a little bit easier to grab out of there. And of course you can close it or close it this way, whichever you see fit. And I don't know what way I'm going to like yet because I don't know what I'm putting in there. I like to sometimes put in those little mini, like little mini Hershey's bars. What is your guys' favorite Halloween candy? Tell me, tell me. Let's see if I can see comments. Am I going to use my new oxides? Yes, I definitely could. We could definitely get some ink on here and use it to stencil some bats. I love the new mini oxides. Love, love, love them. A lot of times when I'm sitting here at my desk, though, I will use the full-size ones just because they have more ink. But it is always fun to play with new toys. Okay, there we go. Peanut butter cups, Kit Kats, and Twix. Ooh, those are like 3 of my favorite right there. I love it. I like the Fifth Avenue bars, too. Anybody else like those? They are juicy, Leah. They should be juicy when you get them, and if they're not, don't complain to Tim Holtz. Call up the store where you got them from, and they should be able to replace them for you because a brand new pad should be juicy. And of course, you can also get the refills, but you know, when I buy a brand new pad, I expect it to work for a little while before I should have to refill it. In fact, I've had ink pads that I have never refilled before, so... some of it depends on climate and where you live and temperature and all the things. So I hear all these ladies talk about their she sheds and all these plans for she sheds. For me, a she shed was a destruction. It was absolutely awful. I had to throw away so many mediums because they are temperature sensitive. And who knew that bees would be a problem? They completely attacked one wall of my little she shack. And they got into the wall somehow, and oh my gosh, it was awful. Made such a mess. Not the good bees. Okay, there we go. And of course, you don't have to put the tabs on these. We could easily just put the little tag here as well. We could put the eyelet right into the tag, but I kind of like it with the tab. It gives it just a little extra color. A little extra interest and something fun to make it a little easier when you grab it out of the bag. And if what you're putting into the treat bags needs more room, you could always put the tag on the outside of the little bag too. So lots of different ways to do the same thing. And I don't think people care one way or the other because, you know, if I'm getting a little goodie, a little trick or treat. In fact, if you have like somebody who paper crafts or something, you might even put some fun little happy mail in there. Maybe you're just going to make some fun little tags, or maybe you're going to give a gift card to like Michael's or to Starbucks or whatever it is. It's their favorite thing. Doesn't have to be anything massive. Sometimes it's just the thought that counts. You never know with minis. Yeah, we'll see. So far, the ones that I've opened, they've been good. So I've had, I purchased them directly from Ranger, though. I seem to have really good luck when I purchase directly from Ranger. I'm not saying don't support your local stores, but sometimes it's nice to know that you can just go directly to the company and order from there. Sometimes they have fun little sales and things too if you get on their emailing list. they'll let you know when new things come in, and it's pretty great, especially since we don't have any local stores around here anymore that really carry their products. We have Michael's, but they carry a very small selection. We don't have like little scrapbook shops here anymore. And Hobby Lobby, I think, carries an even smaller selection here. So they got rid of a good portion of their actual crafting section to, I guess, expand their decor lines, is what I heard was the reason they did that. That was why we all got some really great clearance for a while. But like I've said on hauls, clearances kind of scare me because it always means that, or usually means that they're clearing it out to make room for something else. And it's not always something else that is in the same hobby or niche or whatever you want to say. Could be for something entirely different. And that seemed to be the case. There. Okay, so just like that, now we have 4 little tags that we can put inside these fun little treat bags, and we can now decorate these cute little tags. And that also puts a little bit of interest on the back of these little tags as well, because it has the color from this little tab, which I like. Okay, so now we'll get out our ink and we'll have a little play around the edges and do some stenciling. And I also have these black Prima flowers from like forever ago. These ones are fabric flowers, so I thought these could be fun either to put on the bag or to put on the tags. Look at these silver ones. They're so cool. And they're pretty solid. They're not metal. They're supposed to all be fabric, but you can hear it's pretty solid. But these ones are not as solid. Maybe they painted these or something and they got a little crunchy from that. I don't know, but I thought these black flowers would be fun. Okay, so let's get some ink out. And I've got a bat stencil here, and full disclosure, I don't know who makes the stencil because they didn't put any of their logo or anything on here. But lots of companies make bat stencils, so use what you have available to you. And, you know, if you don't have a stencil, maybe you have a stamp. Use a cute little stamp. That will work too. All right, let's go here. We'll get out our black soot and see what we can do. Maybe. I don't know why my fingers just don't want to seem to pick these up. Okay. And there are cute little stars on this stencil too. So we could do those in a different color if we wanted to. Let's get out a little dabber. I think this one is, yeah, that one's black. Okay. And I know I want to put some black around here because it looks a little weird where I put that tab on. Some of the different tag shapes and things will have, it might look a little better, or, you know, be more your preference or whatever. For right up there, see, but that allows some really great inking. We'll just go all the way around the edge real quick. And that kind of gives a little interest on the tag here. And it's okay to do this in kind of a messy way. It's just supposed to be a fun little extra pop of color. And then as we go around this tab here, it just kind of makes it look a little more like it was supposed to be there, like that. And since this was a white core paper, I'll just run my ink just along the edges so it's not white there. Okay, let's do the rest of them. There's only 4, so that's good. Don't have to watch me just ink. I do find some good useful information though when I watch people ink, because if you missed my Facebook Live the other day, I did chat a little bit about it, but the tool that you use to ink with and the way that you hold and apply ink to the paper will change the look that you get. So I seem to hold this up and do like this. And I'm using this little applicator today, but and it looks like this. But if you set it down and you do the little circles, you're going to get a little more blended look. And there's no right or wrong way. Some people like one way or the other. I just kind of do whatever I'm feeling that day. And if I like the results I get, then it's a keeper. That way did seem to be a little faster, but it is messier as well. Okay. Just go along these edges. And then we can add some stenciling once we've got just a little pop of color on the back. Now, like I said, if you're going to glue this, like maybe you want the tag or whatever to be the on the cover here, you could, you know, glue it there or tie it down, then you don't need to worry about the back. But since mine is going to be an enclosure, both sides are relative and visible. So we'll make sure it looks like something fun there. Okay. And let's get our stencil going. Add some of our little bats here. And maybe just a few little bats on the side. Of course, you can glue your stencil down, do all the things, or you can just be brave and hold it there. And since the eye likes things in threes, that's how many we'll put down here. You could do this with texture paste or ink or whatever, but look how cute. My little sponge is falling apart. And of course, you can make them all the same or do something different. It doesn't really matter, whatever your preference is. Sometimes I will vary my design based on who I'm giving them to. If I'm giving them to brothers, I try to make them very similar because, you know, they might fight, brothers or sisters or the same household or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I might not be able to. Maybe I don't have the same products or whatever. Maybe I only have a few of these or a few of that, or just trying to put something miscellaneous together. I don't let it stop me. Whatever we are doing here, we're just gonna have a little bit of Halloween fun making these little goodies. And most people are just happy to be thought of and get a fun little treat. I used to do these things for my kids as like little lunchbox notes. I would make fun little cards or little treat bags or something that gave them a little something extra if they were having a stressful day, or if I knew they were going to have like a test or an exam or something. Just give them a little, mom's here with you and it'll be okay. All right, we'll wipe off the stencil. We can even wipe this off as well. And if we decide not to fold this down, we could put a couple little bats right there, kind of tie it all together. That could be cool. Let's do it. Even though I just cleaned the stencil. Oh yeah, how fun is that? I love that. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to fold those down or just leave them there, but either way, they'll have some fun little designs if I decide to leave them there. Looks like we've got bats and stars coming right out of the bag. So it can be fun to get just little plain bags and decorate them up your own way. Of course, you can buy bags already decorated and all the things, but if you have the supplies and you have a few minutes, why not customize it to your own specifications? Nothing too difficult here or, you know, seriously creative. You don't have to be an artist to do this. We're just using stencils and stamps and some decorative paper. So don't let any project intimidate you. You see all of these nice fancy posts on social media. They've started here just like us too, with a you know, basic product that they've just jazzed up and made their own. Okay, one more. And I mean, when you're doing these kind of like this, just do one step at a time on each thing. I know some people who make one from start to finish, but part of like mass makes or compartmental making. This really isn't compartmental making because we are doing the whole thing start to finish. But basic principles apply here. So if you're doing a mass make, you just kind of do all the stenciling first. Do one step all the way through so that that part is done. I'm loving these little bags, and they even kind of look a little spooky now, even though this really was not a Halloween stamp. Where's the lid? There it is. Okay, and I wanted to use some of these little cut aparts that were in the back here, so anybody here like coconut? I love everything, just about everything coconut. I don't like coconut water. It's just not sweet enough for me. But unless it's in a smoothie, I'm okay with it that way. But I meant like coconut, like Almond Joys or Mounds. I love those. Oops. I took a little divot out of that side, but that's okay. Not gonna let that slow me down here. Okay, so I know I wanted that one, and that's on this other one too. Sometimes it's cool just to use these little cut aparts as well. I know some people are like, I don't really know how to use them. Use them as your focal points. Use them as your sentiments. Just use them. What does this one say? This one says, Happy Halloween. Cute. I don't know if that will be... no, I don't think I'll be able to turn it that way on the bag. So we'll use those ones. I don't think I really want to spend much time cutting things out. But I do like this pumpkin paper. And we could use a piece of that as well. Come on, come out. It's got perforations, but it doesn't want to come out. There we go. I do appreciate the perforations, though. That's really nice. Okay. So we got a couple different things here. Our bags are going to be just a little bit different, and that's okay. I'll just go ahead and ink around here. Got a little bit of silver on that edge of that one. I might cut that off just because it's going to catch the eye, which means my cutting was not perfect, but that's okay. Okay, and then we'll have a couple choices with these, what we do with them. That kind of looks almost like a little ticket. I made it into a little ticket punch. Do I have my little punch here that does that? I might just embrace it. Yeah, the stub punch. Let's do it. Why not? If that's what it wants to be, then that's what it wants to be. There we go. So that could be just like this, a little tag. We could do the bottom as well. Turn it into our own little ticket. That's pretty great. And on this one, I do have a little bit of the silver, but it goes all the way across. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to let it be there. Now I've seen some really great stamps and dies out for the season. So if you don't have any in your stash and you're looking, I have seen some great ones. They are out there. Oh, that looks really fun. Okay, so this we could put here. We could tie it here. We could make it into a little belly band to hold a little card if we wanted it to. We could also use it on the front of our bag, just like so, but I think it looks a little lost there if that's all that's going to be there. Let's see. I wanted to make one with a little envelope. Where was that one that I stamped all wonky? I think it's this one. There we go. And this could go right here to be a little envelope closure, like so. And then you just untuck it and the little gift card or note card is right there. Okay, so let's do that. And maybe we'll put some little bat stencils on this envelope too. Just because this portion of it is going to be visible. Let's get some more ink out here. Cute. Now this little envelope was given to me by my friend Tamara at Tamara's Designs. She sent me a whole little bundle of things that she personally dyed herself. And these envelopes were included and I love them. Still using them. She sent me so many. Okay, so we can glue this on a little wonky if we want to, or just nice and straight. And then I'm going to glue this here in such a way that it can tuck under here. So we don't want to put glue on this side, but we do want to glue all of this. And then when we put this down here, make sure we put that glued side on the envelope there. And of course you could add a little piece of ribbon or lace or whatever you want to add. But I think it's really cute just like this as well. So this can open up here and now we can put in a little gift card or note card. And it just holds closed like that. Super cute. And we could still put a little treat in there. Fun, fun, fun. We can put one of these little guys in here. I want to see though if we can do a little stamping. How are we doing for time? Up after me in about 12 minutes, Leah, is Leah from Make All the Things With Me. And I want to stamp this Trick or Treat. I'm really loving it. Maybe I will stamp it in Villainous Potion because I think that would look pretty great. Oh, come on, come out of there. Ooh, I don't think I've ever used this one either, so that is awesome. I love being able to use the things that I have. There we go. Okay, and this this pumpkin paper is also white on the back, so depending what I want to do with it, if I have a little scrap. Where did it go? Oh, it's stuck to my stamp. Craziness. All right, I took a tag too. Okay, so we can easily just stamp this. Let's get our purple out. We could also do green, add in some green, but I think Villainous Potion will be fun to use. Yikes. Yikes as in you're not ready, or you're still looking, or you're still trying to figure it out. Okay. Hopefully this stamp's okay. It's looking like it doesn't want to hold the ink very good so far. We'll see. I haven't used it yet, so maybe we just need to prime it a little better. I don't know. Let's wipe this off. And put my skin all over it. And we'll try again. That's a little better. Sometimes when stamps are new, you have to wipe away whatever that comes from their packaging when they're new. Some people call it priming the stamp, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's see. And you can see how it kind of, the ink really was there. It kind of collects it all. Ooh, I love that. Kind of looks a little fun and spooky-like. I think that is going to be perfect. And I'm just going to go ahead and do one in each corner of this paper. Cute, cute. Yes, to all of it. Poor Leah. Oh. I was feeling the same way, and then I was like, nope, I'm just going to make some fun, little Halloween fun goodie bags, because I will use them later. Don't know what I'm putting in them yet, but I will put in some fun little goodies. And we can keep it simple. Now, some little baker's twine on these tags would be great, or we can put in a little brad and some flowers. Okay. Just clear this up. Now, if you're using water-based ink, it just wipes right off, and I love that. Keeps everything clean kind of as we go along. I like to try to remember to put my clear stamps back where they go, because otherwise I'm so bad. I will leave them on the block and then they get lost. And then when I'm looking for this, I can't find the stamp. So do yourself a favor, try to put them away. Okay, so I think I'm just going to tear these out. Now, we could have just used white paper. It does kind of ruin the fact that I've got pumpkins on the back side and we're not going to see them, but this is the paper I had out, so I'm just going for it. Okay. And this is going to go on the outside of the bag. And we'll ink around there. We could have also stamped this right onto our tags here, or even put it on this side here. That could be fun. I like that. But I need something, just a little more something extra here, and I like it out here. And we'll go ahead and do some more purple. Oh, yeah, this one's really juicy, Leah. That ink is just saturating the edge fantastically. Love it. Okay. And then we can glue this here. Of course, we could stencil on a bats or whatever if we want, but I'm just going to try to keep it simple. We're running out of time. I got a few more minutes left. So I'll just glue that there. So with just a few supplies, you can make any kind of little fun treat sack. You could even do this with just regular paper bags, like little lunch bags. Even maybe just decorate an envelope and put a little treat in it if you didn't have these little treat sacks. There are little punch boards where you can make your own treat sacks. Maybe you could use little seed envelopes. That would work too. Maybe you have some fun office parties. You could make little office snacks or something. I used to make the doctors that I worked with little fun goodie bags for like Doctor's Day and Doctor's Appreciation Day or whatever. One place that I worked, we always did something fun on the holidays. I kind of miss doing those kind of fun things, but I don't miss many other things about working in that office. Okay. There's another one, and then we'll get this one ready, and then we'll glue, glue, glue. Now, if we also wanted to include a flower, we could do that on these. Before I glue them down, we'll see what that looks like. Kind of forgot about those. Okay, add some ink. And here's where we could have done a more bright pop of color if we wanted to. Like I said, we could have done orange or green or yellow or whatever color you're feeling. But I think it's a fun opportunity to use Villainous Potion, and I love it. Okay, where did I put the lid? There it is. So yeah, so far every little mini ink that I have pulled out has been nice and juicy and good to go. No complaints. Okay, let's see those flowers. Leah, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Oops. 1, 2. Ooh, that one's got some glitter, like some sparkles on there. Of course, we could use the lighter gray ones if you like those, whatever is in here. And these are just really old Prima flowers. It says that they are fabric flowers, so I mean, you could use your like a fake flower stems that maybe you get at the Dollar Tree, or what have you. I think that is really cute. This one I've already glued on here, but maybe I can stick it on there later. And we can put a little brad in the center just to hold that on, and then we'll glue it down. Glue it down. I think those are black. They are. So again, here is where you could use a pop of color, or you can just stick with the colors that you're using. Maybe even use a silver one. That might be fun. We'll do that on one. Why not? And Prima flowers, you don't have to glue them down. You can if you want to, as long as you're sticking in something here. I just like to poke a little hole. Where did my crocodile go? There it is. I hung it back up. Imagine that. So again, we'll just poke a little hole. I sometimes tend to use the smaller one, the smaller hole punch, the 1/8 inch. When I'm doing the center of these flowers, because you just need just a small little hole. You can put your brad right in the center there. Fold these flaps down, and then we'll just glue it onto our little bag. And we can still read our sentiment. It's a little hidden under there, but you can still get the idea. And that just gives it a little fun, something extra on here. I think it looks really cute. What do you guys think? Flower or no flower? Now I do give this to a couple of boys, so maybe I'll make another one without a flower, and then I'll have 2 with and 2 without. But I think they look really cute either way. So kind of looks like that. Either way, I love them. Let's see, if I'd given myself a little more room over here, I could put the flower a little further out and it wouldn't cover the sentiment as much. But, you know, since I'm just kind of letting the project lead the way, I had no idea I was going to put a flower there in the first place. So that's okay. Did that even punch? Yes, it did. All right. And we're going to glue that down anyways. I tried to get it right on the edge. So before I set that down, let's just go here. And your brad tabs can be hidden behind the flower, or you can trim them a little bit more down if you have good scissors. Now, I mean good scissors like snips that are for cutting a variety of things like mine. Not just your average everyday scissor will do that without cutting a divot into your scissors. So be careful there. Okay, see, now I think it looks great. And I've got 3 a little bit different. This one has glitter, this one has no glitter, and it has silver in the center. This one doesn't have a little flower, and we'll do another one with no flower, and then I'll put those away. And then we have our fun little tags to go in each one. And this one I haven't used yet. We made this a little bit different too. So we've got one with a little pocket there. And then this one we could put down here. Maybe I'll put just a little piece of that pumpkin paper down to go around. Yeah, such a fun little craft. Just, you know, nothing that requires too much thought or too much money. Just using some decorative papers and some cute little stamps, a few little embellishments. Hello, Tracy. Welcome in. I am just about done. This is the Artistry Collective Wednesday night. And of course, the video will be available for a replay, but this is a little channel hop that we do every Wednesday night. So we'll head on over to Make All the Things with Me and see what Leah's up to here in just a few minutes. And then after her, we'll check out Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage and see what she's up to tonight. Okay, I like that too. So I'm going to go ahead and ink around those edges. Maybe I'll ink around those ones in green. Why not? We could do some peeled paint, and that will just add a little extra pop of color there. So we made our little tags. I did use a couple punches that I just have in my stash, but you don't have to. You could just cut them 2.5 inches wide, and then just, you know, snip the little tops off however you would like to do it. Ooh, I like that. I like that. All right, we'll put our ink right back in there. Otherwise, I will lose them. Don't want to do that. Put these 2 back where they belong here. And really, this isn't that messy of a project. Paper crafting, it is amazing how messy it can get. You have little scraps of little pieces everywhere and little, you know, mixed media stuff. And before you know it, all the things are everywhere. And yeah, I don't know what happens when you paper craft, but man, it can get really messy. Okay, of course, if you have a little piece of lace or ribbon or whatever, you can include that in here as well. That could be fun to add just a little something there. I'm just going to glue these down though. These are probably more than likely going to be for kids. Or, you know, even your own grown kids. You can give them just a little note or a little snack or any of those things. Okay, we're in the last minute, so maybe we'll just stick our little tags in here, and I can decorate these further later if I want a place to write, or if I want to add another sentiment, if I want to add some baker's twine or some ribbon. But at least for now, I have them all ready to go with a fun little thing, and I can write a sentiment in there if I'm not feeling like stamping. But I have something really nice and really cute to hand out at Halloween time, which will be here before we know it. I've already seen a lot of people doing their pumpkin crafts and all the things. So I think these are a great way to have a little fun this season. And remember to give out some cute little notes, some fun snack bags. That one I don't have a tag for, but that's okay. I might just, stick something fun in there. Okay, so we didn't do too bad. We made 1, 2, 4 with the little tags inside, and 2, 3 without. So, or yeah, no, 2 without. So we did pretty good in just an hour's time. So just an hour, and you can make these ahead, and it can be really great for the holiday season. All right, guys. Ooh, it looks like am I over my time? Ugh, I am. So sorry, Leah. Go see Leah. Make all the things with me.